Are you ready?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Okay, Here is the Story Light. This is Dee, and I'm your host. So, I wanted to come on today and just tell you this really quick little story of what happened to me yesterday because I thought it was kind of funny and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So, for over a year now, I've been trying to get into this program, and you might have the same program in your city. I don't know. I don't know if it's a Milwaukee County thing. I don't know. But it's a program that's through the Department of Disabled and Elderly Citizens, something like that. I don't know. But like I said, for over a year and a half, I've been trying to get into this program. And they basically, what they do is they come in and they make sure that the disabled and the elderly, are safe where they live, basically are living a acceptable life. They're not sitting in vermin and having mice and cockroaches and everything like that. This spring I started to try to get into this program again, and I called and I got this gal. Her name's Jessica, and I explained to her my past experience that basically they told me I had to be on death's door to get into the program. And she's like, no, 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 that's not true. And I'm like, well, that's what I was told. And she said, no. So she says, I am going to help you. I am going to help you get as much out of this program as you can. Great. So she set up an appointment to come out and do a home visit. And so Jessica, the social worker, and my nurse, whose name is New, and it's spelled like N-A-U or something like that, but it's pronounced New. So they came out yesterday. And they tell you, when they set up the appointment, they say, it'll take about 2 hours. Well, it took three. And I don't understand why. But I'm going to go through the visit. It was kind of funny. So they start out, and they have this questionnaire. Oh my gosh, this questionnaire. It's like 10 pages long, and it is so detailed. So they start out and they say, okay, where were you born and raised? Okay, I was born and raised in Knoxville, Iowa. And they go, okay. Do you have any siblings? Yes, I have a sister. Where does she live? St. Louis. What is your relationship? There isn't one. Okay. Are your parents still living in Iowa? Yes, but they winter in Arizona. Okay. Do you have a relationship with them? There is not one. Okay. We see you're divorced. Does your ex husband live in the area? No, he lives in Colorado. Do you have a relationship with him? No. And I'm thinking, well, holy shit, maybe it's me. I don't have relationships with any of these people. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh. So then they ask you, who do you live with? Who's in your life? Blah, blah, blah. They just go through this whole questionnaire. It's just incredibly intense. So then they go through and they basically walk you through your day. So they have you pretend like you're cooking so they can see, make sure you're safe and that you can make something to eat. Then they go into your bathroom. They make sure that you can use your bathroom safely. And, they take notes and they write down things that would benefit you as a disabled person to have in your bathroom. And then they go into your bedroom and they make sure that you get in and out of your bed okay. So it's like that. They take you through the whole, and I'm like, I only have 1,000 square place. This is taking way too long. But anyway, they were really, really good. So we were sitting, after we'd gone through the house, we were sitting back in the living room, and then they ask you, what do you do for hobbies? And what are you interested in? And I said, well, I have a podcast. And they go, you do? And I go, well, yeah, you can see my desk over there. I have a big ass microphone, computer. I've got headsets sitting out, wires going everywhere. And they said, well, we just didn't know. We didn't know if you sang music, what. And I said, no, I have a podcast. And so then the nurse knew. She says, so what is your podcast called? And I go, okay, here is the story. And she goes, okay, go on. And I said, what do you mean go on? And she's like, tell the story. And I go, no, that's the title of my podcast. And she goes, oh, that's a good name. I said, yeah, it is. It is a good name. But then they were saying, well, can you show us, what's involved in the podcast? So we came over here to my desk and I was showing him my computer and my recording software, my editing software, my YouTube channel. I was showing them all the stuff. And she, the nurse, Jessica, not nurse, social worker Jessica, she looks at me. She was like, "Wow, you are so smart." And I go, "What? What are you talking about?" And she says, "You are so smart. Do you know how smart you have to be to run all this stuff?" And I said, "No, I am not smart." And it's funny that she said that because the night before, so they were here yesterday, which was Thursday. So the night before Wednesday night, Hunter and I were sitting and having a conversation. And he was telling me the same thing. He was like, "Mom, you don't realize how smart you are." And I was like, and I was looking at him and I'm like, "Hunter, I don't know why you say that because I've never seen myself as pretty, as smart, as sexy. I just haven't. And, I never know when people give me a compliment or an interpretation of how they see me and it's good. I never know how to respond." And so we get back, we're talking about the podcast and stuff, and she's just like, "You are so smart." And I guess I really just don't see it. But so then they were like, "Well, can we listen to an episode?" So I pulled up an old episode and we listened to it. And they were just like, "Wow, this is so amazing." And, whatever. Okay. It was just really funny. So then we were sitting and talking some more. And the nurse knew. She says, "Okay, so you're 58." And the social worker, Jessica, she's like, 52, 52, 52. And I was just laughing. She goes, "Oh, I'm sorry, you are 52." And I said, "Don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal." But she's like, "I'm really, really sorry." So, anyway, they were really nice. I'm really glad I am going to get into this program, and they're going to do a lot for me. They come in and they hire people to come in and install like um, bars in your shower, bars on your bed, so you can like get yourself in bed. And so they have a program where they, where you can have a healthcare worker come in to your home and help you shower, and do all this other stuff. So she's explaining this program to me, and she's saying, "Do you have a family member who, you know, would be willing to help you?" And I said, "Well, I've got my son, Hunter." And she goes, "Well, the program, one of the parts of the program that we have is that we will pay someone. They go out and they figure out how many hours a week you need somebody to come in and help you. And so let's just say they said, okay, we think you need at least 10 hours a week. Okay. She says, we would pay Hunter to, and I'm using air quotes, work helping you for those 10 hours. And I was like, really?" She goes, "Yeah, because right now they are so short of healthcare workers because of COVID. I think they kind of all just quit." And she says, "We're so short of healthcare workers. If you don't have a family member that can help you, you could be on the waiting list for like 6 months to a year." And it was like, oh my gosh. And, Hunter helps me anyway around the house. I mean, he helps cook, he helps clean, he helps with my laundry, he changes the sheets on my bed. There's a lot of things that he does around here. And so I was telling him last night, I said, you already do this. I would feel better if you got paid for it because at least then you're getting compensated. And, we talked about it for a while and he said, "Yeah, I can see that." So if you listen to my podcast and you are elderly, you are disabled, whatever, and you need help, please, contact your doctor because they're probably going to know the name of your agency in your area. I don't know if that is always the name and it's like over the whole United States or if each city has a name for their area. So check into it because you could have a friend or a family member who comes in and helps you and they can get compensated for it. And it's a really good program. Mine here in Wisconsin, like I said, it's from the Department of a Disabled and Elderly something something. But it's also through my insurance, which is called iCare. So Look into it and see if it's something that would benefit you. There are programs out there. Again, if you need more information, I'm sure you could Google it. I'm sure you could talk to your doctor. So that is it for this. Okay, here is the story light. I hope you enjoyed the little story, and everybody have a great weekend.